Let's be honest. If your government was a landlord, you would have sued them by now. You pay your rent, taxes, every single month, religiously. And what do you get in return? A promise. A piece of paper that says, you have rights. But try calling that landlord at 3 a.m. when you hear footsteps in your backyard. Try waving that paper at a shadow in the alley. The truth is, you are living in a gated community where the gate is broken, the guards are on a permanent coffee break, and the management office is empty. You aren't a free citizen. You're a tenant in a building where the security cameras are fake and the locks are made of cardboard. Welcome to the DIY, do-it-yourself safety nation. Would you board a plane if the pilot announced, "Ladies and gentlemen, we have a 60% chance of landing safely"? You'd run for the exit screaming. You wouldn't put your cat on that plane, let alone your family. But guess what? That is the exact success rate of the American justice system for solving major crimes, 60%. That means 4 out of 10 times the bad guys win. They walk away, they finish their dinner. It's not a justice system, it's a coin toss with bad odds. In any other business, a 40% failure rate would mean bankruptcy. In the business of Western liberty, it's just called Tuesday. You're flying on an airline that loses nearly half its luggage, except the luggage is, well, people. You love your privacy. I get it. You don't want the government peeking through your window. So you demanded thick curtains, you built high walls, you created dark spots where no camera can see. But here's the irony. Do you know who loves those dark spots more than you? The people who have something to hide. By fighting for the right to be invisible, you have accidentally built a VIP lounge for criminals. You think the darkness protects you from the state? No, the darkness protects the criminal from being caught. You bought expensive curtains to keep the neighbors out, only to realize you locked yourself in a room with a wolf, and now no one can see you call for help. If the West is an absentee landlord who ignores your calls, South Korea is the mother-in-law who has a key to your apartment and visits every single day. Welcome to Seoul, the safest incubator on planet Earth. Here, the concept of being alone is structurally impossible. In most countries, cameras are passive. They're just eyes that record a crime after it happens. But in Seoul, the cameras are active guardians. We've replaced the old, dusty surveillance cameras with what I like to call the super nanny system. With over 160,000 public cameras in this city alone, the government doesn't just watch you, it nurtures you. It watches you cross the street to make sure you don't trip. It watches you buy snacks to ensure you're fed. It is a level of intimacy that borders on obsession. You are never abandoned here. You are meticulously cherished. You think I'm exaggerating? Let me introduce you to the Seoul OnSIMAC. It's a service that turns your smartphone into a direct line to the city's control center. Imagine ordering an Uber, but instead of a taxi, you're ordering a government official to watch you walk home through your phone's camera. You open the app, and a real human agent in a control room starts watching your live stream in real time until you lock your front door. If you stop moving, they call you. If you scream, the police are dispatched before you can hang up. It is the ultimate VIP service for the anxious. In London or New York, you carry pepper spray and pray. In Seoul, you carry the panic-stricken attention of the municipal government in your pocket. It's a beautiful, suffocating hug that never ends. Now, let's talk about the future that is already here. It's called déjà vu. You might have seen news about it in 2024, but welcome to the reality of 2026. Developed by ETRI, this technology is currently being tested in districts like Socho and Gangnam. It's an AI system designed to predict crime before it happens. Seoul City has pledged to replace every single public camera with intelligent AI by the end of this year. This isn't just recording history, it's forecasting the future. The AI analyzes patterns, stalking behavior, loitering, sudden aggression based on historical crime data. While Western politicians argue about whether AI is ethical, Korean engineers are teaching it to spot a criminal by the way he ties his shoelaces. It's not magic, it's just very, very efficient math. How does it work? It hacks your intent.
Traditional CCTV is like a history teacher. It only tells you what happened after the test is over. Déjà vu is the strict proctor who fails you because you looked like you were going to cheat. By integrating data from digital shackles with public surveillance, the system tracks high-risk individuals in real time. If a known offender lingers near a school zone, or if your gait suggests you're concealing a weapon, the algorithm flags a high-risk event. It judges you not on your actions, but your potential. It's efficient, brutal, and incredibly safe. But it begs the question, in a world where your body language is constantly audited, do you have the right to be nervous, or is anxiety now a probable cause for arrest? Here's the fine print they didn't show you when you signed up for Team Korea. The service is free, but the currency is you. In this ultra-efficient society, privacy is treated like a bug. It's a glitch that needs to be patched out. You see, to keep this massive, shiny machine running without a single hiccup, every component must be visible. If you try to hide, if you try to go offline, you aren't seen as a free spirit. You're seen as a broken pixel, a bad sector on the national hard drive. So we trade our secrets for safety, we trade our shadows for floodlights. It's a great deal, honestly. Just don't try to ask for a refund. The customer service desk for civil liberties closed a long time ago. So, you've seen the premium package. It looks flawless on the brochure, doesn't it? No crime, no fear, just perfect order. But before you sign the contract, let's look closer at the product. When you really stare at Seoul, you don't feel envy, you feel unsettled. It's the uncanny valley of cities. Everything is too clean, too punctual, too safe. It feels like a massive movie set where the director never yells "cut." You see, a city without crime is also a city without shadows, and humans need shadows. In the West, your cities are dirty and chaotic, yes, but they feel alive. There's a pulse in the chaos. But here, it feels sterile, like a hospital waiting room that stretches for miles. The safety isn't comforting, it's clinical. You aren't being protected like a citizen, you're being preserved like a specimen in a jar. Is this a society, or is it just a very well-managed ant colony? We often joke about living in the Truman Show, but in Korea, the cameras aren't hidden behind the mirrors, they are the mirrors. The people here have traded their spontaneity for predictability. They've traded the thrill of the unknown for the comfort of a script. When an algorithm predicts every move, you stop being a character with free will. You become an NPC, non-player character following a coded path. Sure, you won't get mugged in an alley, but you also won't have a story to tell. A life without risk is a life without plot twists. It's flat. It's boring. It's safe, yes, but is it living? Or is it just existing? The West might be a horror movie sometimes, but at least you are the writer of your own survival guide. Here, the script is already written by the state. So, do not look at Korea with envy. Look at it as a cautionary tale, a warning label on the bottle of total safety. They've built a golden cage and locked themselves inside, smiling as they threw away the key. They call it a smart city. I call it a human zoo. You, the American, the European, you are still out in the wild. You're cold, you're hungry, you're constantly looking over your shoulder because the system is broken. But remember this, the wolf in the forest is cold, but he owns his soul. The poodle in the apartment is warm, but he wears a collar. The price of that warm meal is his freedom to bark. So, I leave you with this final choice. The update is downloading to your country right now. The camera is being installed on your street corner. Korea offers you a pillow to rest your head on, but it comes with a lens inside the pillowcase. America offers you nothing but the cold wind and your own two hands. The gate to the zoo is open, and it's warm inside. Will you walk in to be fed, or will you stay in the cold to remain free?
In receipts and in belief, sign my name in daylight. Then I learned the locks were weak. A promise on a letterhead, a gate that wouldn't close. And every shadow in the alley wore a stranger's clothes. Heads or tails, a siren's strip. A coin can't swear an oath like this. So I walk with my hands empty and my eyes wide open. Freedom tastes like winter, but it's mine when it's unbroken. If the world is cruel outside, at least it's real outside. Tell me, what is safety worth if I can choose my side? Then came the gentle watcher, soft breath behind the glass. City full of mirrors that remembers when I pass. A pillow made of comfort with a lens beneath the seam. A perfect little bedtime and a perfectly lit dream. Every pause becomes a signal, every fear becomes official. It's warm inside the cage now, it's silent in the street. No footsteps chasing corners, no panic in my feet. But the mirror never blinks, and it learns my heartbeat. Tell me, am I living or just perfectly kept? If intent is judged like evidence, if nerves are read like crime, do I still own my story when the script runs ahead of time? A wolf out in the cold wind or a poodle in the light. One keeps his hungry freedom, one sleeps safe every night. The door is open, it's warm inside, I hear it calling, but I feel the color and the praise, the quiet walling. So I stand between the floodlight and the forest's darker sky. Will I trade my shadow for a softer lullaby? The gate to the zoo is open, and it's warm inside. Tell me, do I walk in or stay